few minutes. Do you have any questions? Anything you would like to get clarified, or anything you want to learn?
I was thinking it was going to be a meditation, and then I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
I didn't really know what to expect.
Yeah, meditation. So our primary engagement in meditation is through sound vibration. It's kind of like, say you have a child, and the child is, taking a hammer and putting holes in the wall and drawing all over the wall. And then you just say, okay, you sit in the corner. Don't do anything. Will that work? Did you fix him? He's fixed. I solved the problem. I put him in the corner. And you have to give him some positive source of engagement. All right, cover you up. So there, what is called a negation or a negative form of meditation is where you're trying to disengage your mind with the outside world. And then there is another form of meditation where you engage your mind with something that is seemingly external, but is actually spiritual in nature. The sound vibration, specifically of the kirtan. And one does not need to have faith in this meditation. As our founder wrote in the Bhagavad Gītā in the beginning, it is a scientific experiment. So an experiment means you say, okay, if to do an experiment, you have to accept, okay, they're saying if I add this and add that together, it's going to go poof. You could say, well, I don't believe it, so I'm not going to do it. So no, the experiment means you hypothetically accept something and see what the result is. And Eva, her brother got married today, and I did the wedding.
And that's
What's that?
it's gifts for you
Woo,
from the
woo.
wedding list.
Ooh, we got gifts, wedding gifts.
Bye-bye.
And I think we got our full crowd here. This is, we had 7 last Wednesday, I think, or last Saturday. I think we got our full crowd here. Yeah, Andrew Clark. Yeah, they have 6 kids. Yeah. And so this kirtan meditation is you're engaging the childlike mind, which is always dragging us to things that don't actually produce happiness. Mine is saying money, comforts, stability in this material world. Yeah, it's just, yes, this is where it's at. You just need a good retirement plan. You need this. It pulls us towards these temporary goals, and the self is always seeking something more substantial than matter. We're eternal, and we seek the eternal, and it's just a bad marriage. We're in this temporary world, and we seek the eternal, and we're foolishly chasing after the carrot. So the way we can see how effective is kirtan is we can hear it. That's one. We next level, we can sing. We can kind of put our open our heart to it, and one can over time experience that, oh, this is something different. Because if I was sitting here singing Coca-Cola, 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 it would very quickly, it would become, wouldn't taste any Coca-Cola on my lips. It would just lose all, and it would just become dry. And even the vibration, like everybody's probably done this when they're a kid. You say a word over and over again, and then you're like, it's so weird how this sound means this. And just they kind of become separated from each other. But the name of God, the spiritual mantra of Hare Krishna, or any name of God, you'll find that the substance, even if you're unfamiliar with the topic, is still there in the vibration itself. And so just by focusing your mind on the sound, you become immersed in the vibration. Now it's 7:06, so we have to start our Bhagavad Gītā memorization course. We have all our friends here. We got No dance chants. We got Clayton. We got Alex. We got Chapu. We got Bailey. Bailey, where do you live? Bailey is in the back seat of a car.
Yeah, I live in Berkeley, California.
Berkeley, California.
I just got yeah.
Yeah,
I just got off work, so I'm
you
sitting
need
in my
to read
car.
Chasing Rhinos with the Swami. That's all.
I know that's next on the reading list.
It's really far out. We got Chapu. Chapu is in Ecuador, correct? Originally from Venezuela, but lives in Ecuador.
Yes, sir. In Ecuador right now.
Alex, where do you live?
Memphis in Tennessee.
Yes. All right.
Yeah.
Roll.
Yeah, it's here.
Have you ever heard of Bibi Govinda Swami?
No,
He's like one of the best kirtan singers in the world.
really.
And his father was Elvis's first manager. And Elvis used to babysit him as a kid. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
His father was always his
First manager. And
Wow.
anytime they have like a memorial, or they invite him.
Interesting.
Maharaj, you mean.
They invite Maharaj, yeah.
That's
Why
cool.
he's really, he did like a 16-string orchestra kirtan. He's got it pumping through his blood, this talent.
Wow. That's awesome.
Matthew is from Illinois, somewhere in that area.
No, I'm in New York now. I live in New Jersey. So
Okay.
I'm at work still.
And Chance, where you living?
I'm from I grew up in Alabama, but I'm living in Illinois right now.
Illinois. Okay. There. I had somebody in Illinois.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so let me grab a Bhagavad Gītā. Oh. All right, so we're on text number 4. We're memorizing verse 4 of chapter 15. So, anybody, do you want to? Oh, let's share this also. Does anybody here want to share, do their recitation? Who's ready for it?
Of 1 through 3?
Yeah, if you can do 1, 2, 3, yeah.
All right. I can do that, I believe.
What's that?
All right.
Okay. Oh, we got another.
Ready?
Gosh.
Right. Should I go?
Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Urdvamulamada Shakam Ashvatam Prahoravyayam
Do it from memory.
Namsiyasya Parnani Yastam Vedasa
Learn
Vedavit
the whole chapter.
Adashchordvam Prasritas Tasya Shaka Guna Pravridda Vishaya Pravalaha Adash Chamulani Anusantatani Karmanubandini Manushyaloke Norupamaseha Tatopalavyate Nanto na chadir nacha sampratishta Ashvatam enam suverura mulam Asenga shastrena tridena chitva.
Correct. Amazing. Wonderful.
Wow.
Jai.
Thank you.
You got some fans here. Anybody else want to give it a shot? Even if you can't do all 3. Chapu's ready.
I think I am. Sri Bhagavanu Vacha Urdhvamulam Madashakam Ashvatam Prahuravyayam Chandam Siyasya Parnani Yastam Veda Savedavit Adaschurdvam Prasitastasya Shaka guna pravida vishaya pravala adascha mulani anusantatani karmanu bandini manushaloke narupamasyeha tato phalabhyate nanto nachadir nacha sampratishta ashvatam menam suviruthamulam asanga sastrena tritena chitva. Okay.
Amazing, amazing.
Wow.
So you're giving those South Indian ladies a run for their money. Okay, Clayton, he's at the playground. Let's see if he could do this while he's at the playground.
I'll try. I'm a little distracted, but Urdhva mulamada shakam ashvatam prahuravyayam chandang siyasya parnani yastam veda savedavit adash chordvam prasritastasya shaka guna pravridha vishaya pravalaha adashchamulanyanusantatani karmanubandhini manusya loke narupam masyeha tatopalabhyate nanto nachadir nacha sampratishta ashvatam enang savirudamulam asanga shastrena dridhena chitva. Hare Krishna.
Act it out. And then really. Nice. Thank you.
Great job.
Amazing. We got Gopal here. I think you guys sold him. He's ready to do the same.
I will try. Hit it, Gopal. That's amazing.
No, he's got to catch up. He needs some time to catch up. Anybody else want to give it a try? Is this Avinash? Is this Abhiram from Dallas?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhuji.
Jai. We did a housewarming for Avinash Prabhu, and he was telling me he has already a few chapters memorized, but he wants to work on chapter 15. So it's a perfect person to have in our group here. Welcome, Avinash Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
These are all students of the Wisdom of the Sages podcast, led by Raghunath Kapo. Okay, so let's look at this verse. So we're on verse 4 of chapter 15. Tata padam tat parimargitavyam yasmin gatana nivartante bhuyaha tameva charyam purusham prapadye yata praviti prashita purani. So, and I'll read the translation that it starts off with. Thereafter, one must seek that place from which, having gone, one never returns, and there surrender to that supreme personality of Godhead, from whom everything began and from whom everything has extended since time immemorial. So let's see, somebody, not Clayton, he's got some years under his belt, but one of you guys, can you explain to Donna here what's going on so far in these first four verses? And just a short summary, like just like a 30 seconds or a minute. Are you able to hear them from where you're sitting? Okay. So who wants to do it? Bailey, I think he's ready.
All right. So the Supreme Personality of Godhead says there is an eternal banyan tree
Now
with
you got
roots facing.
ba-
Just a summary.
Yeah, just make make it make sense to. She's the first time she's ever been here, so you got to just
Okay.
really try to. Because analogy is like, woo, it gets so big, it's really hard to follow. So, what's the besides the analogy? What are the underlying points of it?
That the material world ultimately is suffering, and we use a tree analogy to explain how to become detached.
That's good. Yeah, very good. Very good. It's and it's one of the reasons why it's suffering is it's ashvatam. What does that mean, Matthew?
I thought that was the banyan tree.
Yeah, it has a dual meaning though. Ashvatam. When you tomorrow, no, the place of no tomorrow. Okay. Meaning like it's because it's temporary, and like as we were saying earlier, we're eternal. Because this world is temporary, you're guaranteed to, you lose on your investment. You invest energy and you don't get it back because it's temporary. Even if you invest energy in non-material thing, another soul, they may leave us, they may pass away, So we're just end up in these kind of disappointing situations. And so after telling us all that, Krishna is saying, once we understand that this world is temporary, thereafter, tada, after that situation, tada, padam means place, but also means situation. After that place, after that situation, tadam, padam, tat, parimargitavyam. So here's a little, we try to act it out a little bit. So we can, parimargita vyam. Vyam is like you must search out. What does marg mean? Road. But margita, parimargi means to search. But like walk the road, I guess they, if you break it down, I don't know how they all, but they have the root word is marg. How many of you heard of the walking monk? Clayton's heard of the walking monk. There's a sannyasi who was initiated by Srila Prabhupada in the 70s. And Srila Prabhupada gave him the name Bhakti Marg Swami, one who walks the path of devotion.
He walks 25 miles a day.
And he walks 25 miles a day.
Yeah.
He wasn't walking when he got that name. He walked coast to coast of Canada.
And America.
4 times. Coast to coast of Canada. Vancouver to the other side. Whatever's on the other side. I can't remember what's on the other side.
Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia. There we go.
Jeez,
Coast
that's
to coast.
wild.
He's walked across other countries. He's walked across the United States as well. And he's known as the walking monk. And I think you go to thewalkingmonk.com. I think that's his website. He's an amazing playwright and director. I've been in a lot of his plays. He can out dance anybody. He's an older man, but he can make anybody dance because he's got like funk shakti. He just like, you just start seeing people move. Like he's just like the stiffest person will start moving once he. A lot of fun kirtans with him. But yeah, marg. So don't forget that word. Parimarg means to search out. Someone say, oh yes, to take a private lesson. We got no dance chance. He's like, perhaps I should take private lessons. Yeah, all he has to do is look at you and like, it's over. It's over. Walkingmonk.net. Tata padam tat parimargitavyam. Yasmin, from whom? Yasmin, which are, let's see, what does it say? Usually when you have the why words, it's usually like a who, what, where from, where, okay, where gata. Anybody know what this word gata, go, gata. So go, nivartan, gata, na, nivartante. Do you saw that? So the line is yasmin gata na nivartante bhuyaha. So these are some, we try to act it out because then it really helps our mind translate the Sanskrit. Because what I memorized, some chapters before, and the secret is not just to do a rote memorization. You got to tie the Sanskrit word to actual meanings in your head. Not that you say the Sanskrit and then you just say this in English, and they're two separate things. So if you know the words and then just can authentically present it in English, that's fine. You don't need this. It's nice if you can say it as it is in the book. That's good. But if you know the words and can present it in your own words, that's fine. And these hand motions really help. So yes, so the tatapadam tat party margitavyam. So I gotta go search out. We're going on a pilgrimage. Going figuring out, searching out. And tatapadam tat party margitavyam yasmin gata na nivartante bhuyaha. That place. Now, Krishna says this a couple times. I think he says it again in this chapter. That the spiritual world, you can go to higher planets. If you do good karma, you feed the hungry, you be nice to people, you dig wells and build hospitals and do all kinds of wonderful things. There are planets better than Earth that you can take birth on. But you're still stuck in the material sphere. And as Krishna says in the 9th chapter, Shine punye martyalokam bishanti. When your karma credit card, when your good karma runs out, when your credit runs out, when it's Shine, when it's finished, punya, your good karma, martyalokam, martya, death loka, earth loka, where people live 100 years. People are like, that's insignificant. Vishanti, fall back to this place. So really the only way to get out of the material world is reconnect with God. You can get, he's not making you suffer. He doesn't say, if you don't love me, I'm going to torture you forever. If you don't love me now. He says, you don't have to love me. There's a place called the material world. Everyone is trying to do their own thing. You can do it too. If you behave nicely, they're good. You can experience all the material delights and still get frustrated because it doesn't, really suit what you're looking for. And if you become more and more self-centered and hurt others in your pursuance of enjoyment, you suffer your karmic results. You can be born on Earth, you can be born in animal species, or you can be born in places worse than Earth. Hitler just didn't take birth as a frog in his next life. He definitely was given a special situation to suit his particular actions. But here he's saying there's a place once you go, gata, na, nivartante. Nivartante. Everyone say that word.
Nivartante.
Nivartante. Okay, here it says, okay, I think somewhere else it's written as nivartante. So see, I'm learning right here. Over time you start making mistakes because somewhere else it's written nivartante. It says yasmin gata nivartanti bhuyaha. Say nivartanti.
Nivartanti.
Say again, nivartanti.
Nivartanti.
Means coming back. Yasmin gata na nivartanti bhuyaha. Bhuyaha. This is another important word. It means again. And you will hear it again and again. Yeah. Tameva chadyam. What does adi mean? No dance chance.
Adi is beginning.
Beginning. And here's some meanings of adi. It means it can mean beginning. It can mean beginning with. Let's see what it says here.
What about original?
There it says original. So it also means like a sense of emanation, starting with, headed by, or starting with. All right, thanks for coming.
Absolutely.
So, Adi Purusham. How many of you heard that song? Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govinda Adi Purusham. I definitely suggest hearing the track. It's on the Radhakrishna Temple album that was put together by George Harrison. That actually went on the charts in the 60s and 70s. 70s, or was it late 60s, or it was 70s when it hit the charts?
Radhakrishna Temple album?
Yeah.
I believe that was in 69.
69.
I believe so.
Right there. Hitting the
I don't
charts.
I
Yeah.
don't have my phone with me to look it up.
So Govindam Adi Purusham. So he says here, Adyam Purusham. So what should we do with the Adyam Purusham? We should prapadye. We should surrender. So tada padam tat parimargitavyam yasmin gata na nivartanti bhuyaha tameva chadyam purusham prapadye. Here's the purusham prapadye right here. Let's see. Hold over to the right. Have your flute. Can you do it? There you go. There you go. Purusham Prapadya. That's the original person right here. He plays the flute. Well, who's the famous atheist? He said, "I will not believe in a God who doesn't dance." It's the original person. He plays the flute and loves to dance. So we're coming from the Vedic tradition, ancient Indian tradition, and the idea is that if God's a source of everything, He must have everything. If God is only abstract, can't walk, can't talk, can't hug, can't sing, then I have qualities God lacks. It's kind of like saying the hot sunlight comes from a cold sun. Meaning the source has to have everything, but in its most perfect expression. Not that because my form is imperfect, that they can't be a perfect form, therefore the God must be formless. Actually, God is a source of everything, therefore He's a source of form. And that form, He's not an old, angry old man. He's a beautiful, ever youthful personality that's super sweet and kind. So Adyam Purusham Prapadye. So however you want to do surrender, Where is that last line? Yata Praviti. This word praviti is similar to that adyam. It says the beginning. But this is, I looked it up, and it also means like it's a sense of emanation from whom everything has started from or emanated from. And what is that word? Prashrita. Matthew Seva. Prashrita. Let's see. We got on. You're still on mute.
I cheated, so I just saw it on the paper. Extended.
Okay, extended, yes. So that's from the previous verses, Aaron. So you see, it's kind of a poetic tie-in. He gave this whole analogy of a tree, but then he's saying, after you cut that attachment, seek out that person, supreme Adyam Purusham, surrender unto Him, from whom everything has started and extended since time immemorial. That last word, have you heard it before? Or have you heard it?
Piranhas?
Yes, yes. Purana means the histories. Purani means, right here it says very old. It says in the word for word. Some everything has extended. Prashita Purani. I can do that one. Like grab your cane from old times. That's a way to act it out. So any questions so far before we go into breakout rooms and practice? Anybody have any reflections? Avinash, any reflections?
Prabhu, I'm gonna-
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Anybody else? Clayton, any reflections?
No,
Anything?
I was just gonna say, Prabhu, I'm gonna have to. My phone is like about to die, or the juice is gone, so I'm not gonna
Yeah,
stick
the-
around for the
Okay, yeah, the video is gonna
rooms today.
kill everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So we'll see Clayton and his beautiful son later. All right, let's break out into breakout rooms. And you guys all know what to do. Start testing each other. All right, so
Prabhuji, sorry, Prabhuji. So in the
Yes.
breakout session, so
are you free?
we just have to memorize, Prabhuji, memorize that. Or?
Yeah, you're gonna practice one line at a time, or also test each other in the meaning of the words.
Okay.
Yeah, your partner should know what to do. Okay.
It's good to meet you. Have a good night. I go Prabhu.
All right. All right. Ready, set, go. Avinash and no dancer together. There you go. Mine. Okay, and let me go to Alex.
It's frozen again. Oh no, it's
Hello,
frozen.
Prabhu.
Oh, it's frozen?
Oh, he's back. Ellie goes, it's been frozen the whole time. And I was like, no, it's totally fine. And then it immediately went, nope. It's all good. All right.
All right. So do you want to go just line for line, just reading it? I could start, I'll say the first line, then you say the first line, then I'll go second line, you go second line, like that.
That sounds great. Yeah, that's a good start.
Okay. All right. Tata padam tat parimargitavyam.
Tata padam tat parimar gitavyam. I don't know. Yeah.
Yasmin gata na nivartanti bhuya.
Yasmin gata na nivartani bhuyaha. Right?
Tam eva chadyam purusham prapadye.
Tam eva chadyam purasham papade? I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
prapadye.
Prajye.
Yay.
Prajye. Got it.
Yataha pravrittihi prasartha purani.
Yata pravriti prasritya purnani. Purani.
So we'll go. Let's see. All right. So I'll say it one time, and then
Sure.
I'll say the English out loud just by the translations.
Sure.
And you'll do the same. We'll kind of like get it going in our brains a little bit.
Sure.
Tataha padam tat parimar gitat vyam. So thereafter, that situation has to be searched out.
Oh, you like each one. Tata padam tat par margavitium. Thereafter, that
And the translated words don't.
situation has to be searched out. I see. I also have I wrote little note cards so I can read them while I'm at work. I'm just going by any and everything possible to memorize this, man. It's ridiculous. Anyway,
I'm with you.
it's whatever we
So
gotta
then,
do.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yasmin gata na nivartanti bhuya. So where going never they come back. So where so I don't even know how to break that down. Thereafter, situation that has to be searched out.
Okay.
Or that has to be sorry. Hold on.
Where
going never they come back. Again.
That makes sense. All right.
All right.
Yasmin got the na nivaratanti bhuyaha. Where going never they come back again. Yeah.
All right. Tam eva chadyam purusham prapadye. To him, certainly, also, original, the personality of Godhead.
Yeah.
Surrender.
Yeah. Don't forget to surrender.
Yeah. Sorry.
All right.
Certainly. Yeah.
Tam eva chadyam purusam praparadye day. I don't know. What's that last one again?
Prapadye.
Prapadye. Got it. Prapadye.
Like prapad.
Prapadye.
Yeah, exactly.
Prapadye.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly.
Where am I? To him, certainly, also, original, the personality of Godhead, surrender.
And then while we have Nityananda Prabhu here, so from what I've read, so Purusham, so the S has the dot underneath it. So it's a sh, but it's a sh from the bottom of the palate.
Yeah.
And when the dot is on top of the S, it's like from the roof of your mouth. I don't know how to, let me see if I can get a hold of Nityananda. Nityananda Prabhu, are you there?
Can you hear us?
You're frozen for me.
He's talking to somebody.
He's talking. Oh, okay. To me, he's frozen drinking Gatorade.
No. He's there. Hey,
Were you
Bailey
guys
had a-
asking me something?
A question about pronunciation of something.
Oh yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
I think I'm gonna take off.
Well, thank you, Donna, for coming.
It was
So-
interesting.
We do this. You can come any day.
Okay.
Excuse me. Would you like to? There's a tray of noodles. Would you? And there's some paper plates right underneath there. Can you
Oh,
grab
no,
paper?
no, that's okay.
Certainly.
I don't like to eat this late at night, so.
Yeah, I only eat once a day either.
Can I have some though?
Yeah, go get
Please?
yourself a plate.
Thank you.
Okay.
Can I bring you some?
No, I only eat once a day.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yes, your question.
So, from what I've learned in the word purusham, so the S has the dot underneath. And so
Yes.
the sh is coming from the bottom of the palate.
Yeah.
And then when the dot is on top, it comes from the top of like the roof of your mouth, like the
Okay.
top half. Is that right?
You're teaching
Or
me.
how would you explain? Well, how would you explain? I don't know. I mean,
They all kind of tree. It's
just
kind of yeah. It's, my ear hears. I hear a and a sh. Okay, there we go. It's the and that one is for American ear. It's like, what's the difference?
Yeah.
Oh, and you go open those cabinets on the bottom, and there are paper plates on the bottom drawer.
Alright, so the last
That, yeah, that one's kind of subtle.
Gitaha.
We had a friend who was he would speak Krishna consciousness in China, and he was learning Chinese, and then everybody was giving him really bad looks. And then he found out that he was like cursing.
Oh,
Oh no.
He thought he was.
he's doing great. Yeah.
Okay, should I leave you guys keep on testing each other? I'll jump into another room.
Sure.
Okay.
Without looking.
Sorry.
I don't remember the first. No, I'd have to look. Padam tat
Tat
pari margitavyam
tadapadam tat parimargitavyam
tatapadam tat pari margitavyam
jasmin gata na nivartanti bhuya
yasmin gata na nivartanti bhuya
tameva chadyam purusham prapadye.
tameva chadyam purusham prapadye.
Okay, the last is Jata Praviti Prasrita Purani.
Is that pravritihi because of the H dot?
No,
Dot.
the ihi only is on the N of the fourth
Oh.
and second lines. Praviti.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jata Pravriti Prasrita Purani.
Prashita. I think isn't a long A there?
Prashita.
Yata pravriti prasrita purani.
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 Yeah.
Purani.
Yata praviti prashita purani.
Prashita then.
Prashita. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna jump to the other room. You guys see it? You're doing good.
Thank you, Chandra.
Thanks.
Okay, should we do the
If it's G, Guya is secret and Puya is again.
Okay.
Bhuya
Yeah.
again.
Booyah.
Bhuya.
Oh, that is a question, Prabhuji Nityananda. I've noticed that the connotation underneath the H, when referring to the pronunciation guide, it says, it's
Yeah, that's
booyah.
yeah, that's exercised when the word, when that letter, it's at the very end of the second and the fourth line.
Okay.
Otherwise, see, like for example, if you look at yata praviti,
Mhm.
it would be just yata praviti. It won't be yata pravittihi. It'll be yata pravitti. In spoken Sanskrit, I believe you say all those things, but in these kind of verses, those change. It's because it will, the way the meter is written, if you put that ihi there, it adds an extra syllable, so that it's only at the second and fourth line. That's how I was taught, and that's how I hear it always chanted at every temple. So tata padam tat parimargitavyam yasmin gatana vivartanti bhuyaha tameva chadyam purusham prapadye yata pravitti prashita purani.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. That helps. So listening to some tracks and things, I was trying to figure out when. So I noticed, sometimes they would do it and then sometimes they wouldn't. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a question for Boo,
Alright.
if I may.
Yeah, let me mute.
Yeah, so the third and fourth line verses together. Arupamasya hatato palapyate nantana chadirna cha sampratishta asvatam enam sivaruta moolam asanga sastrena tridhena chitva tata padam tat parimargitapyam yasmin gatana nirvatanti bhuyaha tameva chadyam purusham prapadye tata pravritti prasvita parani. Something I noticed that's helped me when trying to memorize some of these verses is that often, at least so far, at least in like verse 2 starts, first line is adash, second is guna, third adash, and fourth line starts with karmanubandhini. So it starts with A and then G, A and K, and then again here, like in the fourth line, it starts with a T, and then second it starts with a Y, and then third is T, and then fourth is Y. Just kind of noticing that, it kind of helps me when I'm chanting it and then I'm kind of going blank on the next line. If I know like the next line starts with a Y or the yasmin. Just finding little things like that kind of helps me if I've said it a few times already, but then suddenly I'm forgetting how the next line starts. But like you said earlier, just the repetition, just going over it and then going over the chapter, just getting that repetition in really helps to cement it in your memory, so you don't have to, so you're not struggling so much, so it almost comes without much thinking about it. And then of course memorizing the words a bit can also help when trying to remember the translation or vice versa. If you actually know some of the words, you can pick out the meaning, or if you sort of know how the translation goes, you can follow where it goes from there. I may know that the next line talks about this, and that. Just some things that's helped me. Yeah. Let's see. How about, do you know what adyam means?
Yeah, Adyam is original.
Yeah, original. Then
Adyam Purusham Prapadye. So original person surrender.
Yes. How have you been doing with this fourth line? Trying to memorize it. Have you been working on it already for a couple of days, or? just sort of diving into it?
Just no, Prabhuji, diving into it. What
Okay.
I'm planning to do for memorizing is like, at least like, is I just write in a paper a shloka. I just put it in a pocket. So whenever I remember I have time, I just open it, just glance through it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good idea.
So
I like that. Something I think in the second class that we had, someone mentioned what they had done was recorded themselves saying the verse, I think, and then the translation, and then like on their phone, and then they would just listen to that during the day or whenever they had some time.
it's like you
I
don't
like that idea too.
Yeah, Roji. The advantage with that is you don't actually have to memorize it, kind of thing. So whenever you are like, when you try to go through it and you stumble upon it, you just open it and you go through it again. You put it. So next time, wherever you have stumbled, that block will go away. So you don't actually have to put so much effort. You just take the paper, see, okay, then do it. If you do it like 5 to 6 times a day or something, it will become a normal process.
Yeah, I'll probably start doing that. Be a little easier for me whenever I'm at work. Normally at work, I'll just have it pulled up on my phone or somewhere. If I sort of am forgetting it, I'll take a look at it or I'll listen to it one more time. But yeah, that'll probably be a little easier for me. And maybe I could write a couple of verses down or write some other things down. Maybe some of the words that I'm struggling with would help. Do you have any of the previous verses memorized, or kind of like what you said, you're sort of just diving into it with the fourth verse?
Yeah, just diving into fourth verse project.
Okay. So I'll try to do the previous couple of verses from memory, and then perhaps this one as well. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Urvamulamada Shakam Ashvatam Parhor Vyayam Siddham Siyasya Purnani Yastam Veda Saveravi Araschorvam Prasritasta Shishaka Guna Pravritha Visya Pravala Araschumulani Anusantatani Karmanubantini Manushya Loke Narupamasyeha Tatopalapyate Nantonachadir Nachasam Pratishta Ashvatamenam Sivuruthamulam Asanga Shastrena Dridhena Chitva. Yatha param tat parimargitapyam Yasmin Gathana Nivartanti Puya.
Prabhuji, one of the technique which I thought it was helpful is I generally memorize 2 lines, then after that 2 lines. That was
Okay.
that's how that was easy for me. That's how at least that made things easy for me. So I mean, you can test this technique out. What I think is like, we do the 2 lines. You tell one time, I tell one time. You tell one time, I tell one time. So it automatically goes into the mind. So as we are comfortable,
Right.
I think the 3rd, 4th line will be very easy for us.
Right. Okay, so yeah, I'll give you the third and fourth line. Do you think you could? Do you think that you could say those two?
Third and fourth, first two.
Yeah, you can go the first two lines of verse 4.
Okay. Prabhuji, I have not memorized, so I'm just watching and telling.
Oh, yes, sir. Okay, I didn't know if you had a copy with you or anything. The first two, tada padam tat parimarigitafyam yasmin gata nandavartanti puya.
Bhuya. Tata padam tat
Puya.
tata padam tat parimargitavyam yasmin gata na nivartanti bhuya.
Puya. Yeah, I forgot that.
Bhuya.
Okay.
I think I think Prabhuji
Yeah.
said if it's second and third line, you have to say that. I think that's what he said, right, Prabhuji?
Yeah, the second and fourth line.
Second and fourth line.
Second and fourth.
Or-
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or if it's, how it's normally written in 2 lines, like Sanskrit's written in 2 lines. So the end of the first line and the end of the second line.
Mm.
It's often broken into 4 lines just to make it easier to read, because the syllable, the way we say it is we say it, that it's generally a certain amount of syllables in 4, it's in quadruplets. But the Sanskrit's usually written 1 line, 2 line. The end of the first line and the second line, so that's the end of the second line and the end of the fourth line.
I'll have to remember to start using that, pronouncing that then at the end of the second and fourth, or first and second. Okay, so tata padam tat.
That was perfect. Bailey was like, "Does it do it by itself?" And then it just blanked. Oh man.
So welcome back, everybody. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Any reflections, comments?
My comment is that Chapu is a very good teacher,
Oh, good.
and
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. I actually remembered more than I've remembered before through that.
Nice.
So yeah, it was very good.
She's the senior educator of the Zoom.
No.
Co-host.
Co-host, yeah.
See.
But we
Nice.
repeated sort of back and forth, and which was very helpful with the melody.
Nice,
It's
yeah.
really good.
Yeah, she has a strong sense of melody, so that it helps when you have somebody in your room that has that, because then if you don't have it yourself, then and then your partner doesn't have it, you're like, where do we go? Where do we go? So yeah, wonderful.
I was just remarking to Bailey that like I decided, you know what, like let's go for it, and it's been like awesome, and it's been such a it's pushed me out of my comfort zone with the material. So I probably on my own would have like skimmed through chapter 15 and read the translations and like looked at some of the Sanskrit, but now like trying to put the both together has just been
Nice.
It's made it more concrete and like more powerful. Like there will just be lines. We got to that last bit of the fourth verse, and we're like, that's awesome. The gravity of what they're saying there.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think all of you are beginning to see that, like, I can do this. Most people, for some persons, it might be a little harder. Some people, it's like they seem to pick it up so easily. But I think all of us can do it. I think we can all do it. If any of you ever think, okay, we need to take like one class off and like, let me catch up or something like that. If you think the pace is too fast, let me know. But like I said, these first 5 verses will be the most challenging. I think after that, it's not as challenging. It's less words, those Urdhva Mulam probably seems kind of short compared to these ones, isn't it? Or Urdhva Mulam Adasha, it's like 4 words, and the other one has like 6 words or something, 6, 7 words. So yeah, let's surrender unto that supreme. We must Vyam. I was looking up. I like to use that. You can just go to Vedabase. You click on a word, and then you can it gives you different options to search a word. It says you could just kind of take like I took the end of the word Vyam, and you have different choices of searches. One of them was contains, one of them exact match. And so I just looked up contains, and I kept on seeing this imperative. Dog wants to take the class too. And so Vyam is must search. Parimargitavyam yasmin gata na nivartante bhuyaha. We gotta go to that place from where we go. We're out of that cycle. No longer from one branch to this branch to that branch to this branch. You're just completely out of the cycle of birth and death. Tameva chadyam. And seek out that supreme person and surrender unto him. Yata praviti. Yata praviti, who's coming. Everything's coming. Prashita, extending, coming forth. Prashita purani. I like that. Old man with the cane. 1. Any other last reflections? We're coming up on an hour here. All right. So y'all ready? Next Saturday. Let's see. Where's my book? Next Saturday, I think there's a qualities. Is that number 5 or number 6? I think number 5 is, it's certain qualities that enable us to help us in our pursuit of that path. So we'll get into that. That's really nice. All right. So I'll send an email out with the readings. It's actually the readings are quite short. Next one. How are you feeling about the readings? You feel like, oh, I can't keep up with this, or it's just right, or good? It's good. Yeah, if some things are short, then I usually maybe up the last week. I think this past one was short, so I added the as a surrender unto me, the stuff that wasn't added before. I found a way to do that. Excuse me. And if anything's short, then I may.
Bless you.
I haven't seen the thank you. Achyuta Keshava. So I haven't seen the lecture that Chapu shared. Chapu shared a summary of all 6 verses. So I'll probably share that as well in this email. I'll listen to that at some point. So thank you. Om Tat Sat. Thanks a lot. Hare Krishna.
Haribol.
Krishna.
Thank you.
All glories to your guys' services.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Yeah.
Krishna.